So I felt like I was carrying my cross and Celi's cross, and that was heavy for me.
Championing not only
So I felt like I was conveying my cross and C's cross, and that was weighty for me, advocating the in-the-background creation, as well as all that everyone required except I was never home. How is that I ain't got no cash, except for I'm continuously attempting essentially Oprah Winfrey's year? Working will presumably be trying because of the allegations made by Rhapsody and other cast individuals from Purple. Oprah has experienced harsh criticism from the movie's cast who asserted that she was abused in various ways while the movie was being made. However, she as a rule avoids debate. Rhapsody has tended to the challenges and indicated that there were huge difficulties all through creation. Oprah is definitely not a decent sister to dark entertainers in spite of her misrepresentations to Rara, Jan. Danielle's streams have additionally impacted Oprah, asserting that she made them stroll to the site consistently in awkward circumstances without the vital security gear. They further declare that everybody Di needed to use similar trailer we were doing practice, and they put us all in a similar space, as we didn't have our these realities are disturbing, particularly considering the film's tremendous $100 million financial plan. The Gathering asks how the assets were disseminated in light of the fact that they appear to have inconvenience while recording review that Taraji referenced we had vehicles to lease. I persuaded myself that I could always be unable to head to Atlanta. Protection terms allude to this as responsibility. It's dangerous. They are burglarizing individuals right now. In the past, Taraji P. Henson has lauded Oprah and afterward reprimanded her for probably coming up short on the entertainers. Tara uncovered that the rudest of the principal offer nearly made her abandon the venture. In the wake of being quiet for some time, Taraji has out of nowhere escalated her analysis and joined the others in scrutinizing Oprah for supposed abuse. The Gathering has recognized that they stress over another's well-being and exhaustion, yet they have additionally vowed to help each other. Chasing after equity, we're by all accounts not the only two in that frame of mind up here. In light of the fact that the entire crew is behind us, given the condition of occasions today, we really want to investigate how Oprah, as a maker, permitted this sort of badgering of African American ladies on the set. Apparently, all dark specialists are influenced by this slanted account, and things deteriorate for ladies. Regardless of their best endeavors to deal, channel narrators are too mindful that their compensation is seldom fair. One individual with a nearby association with a story unveiled this: rather you paid is comparable to what a dark imaginative makes, which is considerably less for individuals of color. In a New York Times interview, Taraji by and by revealed stunning insights regarding the functioning circumstances on the arrangement of Purple, as well as featuring the difficulties the entertainers experience. The substance uncovers huge issues with overseeing and treating entertainers just based on race, and this is all occurring on the arrangement of a very much subsidized picture, coordinated by a dark maker. We don't do this by itself, the way that we're up here, an entire whole group behind us. Since Taraji has made her strong case, Oprah is in some hot water, and it seems like other cast individuals are getting involved too. Taraji understood that when she previously drew these issues out into the open, she would need to safeguard specific major freedoms. Things like that ought not be something I need to battle to traverse my previous injuries. I was pushing for sans bug trailers on the realm. Fans were enraged and annoyed with Oprah for permitting these issues to continue to happen on an undertaking that she had asserted implied an extraordinary arrangement to her. When they found about the battles the Gathering was having, you got it. Oprah has no assessment. Fans scrutinized her absence of incredible skill via virtual entertainment, transforming the news magnate into a disaster area. Flourish. Yes. And where all of us are flourishing, a direct result of it. I mean, I think all along in a digital broadcast discussion, jokester Feline Williams imparted her considerations regarding the matter to Shannon, and Sharpie Williams communicated trouble for hearing Tara Jean's record of abuse on the set, and underscored that it is so hard to be the best in your field, yet need to make do with little compensation. Everybody is by all accounts mindful of the lamentable story of the number of skilled entertainers, especially entertainers were once exposed to such egregious torment, the way that these people who are dealing with them like soil are as a matter of fact their own family. We ought to be disgraced is most horrible. We ought to be disgraced. This more extensive viewpoint features the deterrence that Purple cast faces worries, with more extensive cultural ramifications, and the need to resolve Of fundamental issues that influence a scope of callings, it's plausible that an unmistakable figure like Oprah will empower progressions in this field. The allies just need to observe that Oprah communicated that she is very humiliated over this in a remark she is a PE, and how with most of them. Then again, another person said this entire situation is ludicrous Oprah, and her partners should feel embarrassed about themselves since they have been uncovered and caused public a considerable lot of individuals who to have experienced peacefully are finally beginning to shout out since many individuals were as yet expected to work in such unforgiving circumstances. The business turned profit from the choice to stay silent for quite a while anyway, since Purple Cast started talking seriously. Upsetting data in regards to the film's making has become visible. Gracious, we got to fix this, and she expressed say in a meeting for Variety. Purple Tara G. Oprah and Danielle Streams examined their own encounters. Danielle offered something stunning about the underlying long stretches of preparing. Surprisingly, none of the female cast individuals, Tara G. Rhapsody Haley, and Danielle had their own trailers. As of now, rather, they had no security by any stretch of the imagination, since they were constrained to share a solitary trailer. I recall that we as a whole prepared in similar room when we at first came, and she referenced that we didn't have private changing areas. This scorn for the entertainers becomes significantly more obvious when it was uncovered that they had been rejected food or water during their laborious 12 to 15-hour shifts. It was accounted for that to traverse the extended workdays they needed to bring their own food from home. What I say acting resembles canine ears. Oprah was clearly outraged by Danielle's remarks, and she immediately discredited how she might interpret the cast's difficulties, and she did her standard self-purging. It was suggested that she was oblivious to the battles the entertainers were confronting when she expressed in the meeting that she wasn't responsible for the movie's spending plan. Rose is accountable for the assets, so regardless of whether I learn about anything that somebody needs, I can't pick. That is the way the studio framework works. Some see this as an endeavor to find fault somewhere else or go about like everything seems good until the issues are found. Yet when Turi learned about the issues, she uncovered Oprah's deceptive nature by underlying her own contribution. An issue there was an issue with the vehicles or there an issue with the food. I would step in, and amidst this ridiculously sensational purple sentiment, Oprah is managing another issue. The cast's startling comments astonished many individuals, and what stunned them much more was that the whole movie team needed to voice their concerns prior to anything was done. Capriccio purportedly heard the behind-the-stage discussion affirming the claims made by Danielle and Taraji P. That they had to reside in a little trailer without food. The cases that Capriccio is secretly embracing Oprah for her way of behaving, notwithstanding her confidential help for her loan. Much more aspect to the circumstance when Capriccio was decided to play Sally in the Broadway creation of Purple in 2007. Her most memorable experience with Oprah. They met. Capriccio reports to fear being boycotted and confronting other negative results, assuming she openly calls Oprah her foe, as she did with Monique Capriccio. In spite of her save in broad daylight, is supposed to be completely in the background supporting Tara G and Danielle in their charges of Oprah's supposed job, and the attack saw the gift, yet they saw a valuable open door to bring in cash off the gift. Many are left asking why there didn't appear to be sufficient cash to furnish the entertainers with the lodgings they required, particularly considering the movie's huge $100 million spending plan. It appears to be in any case that this sum was as adequately not to pay for the dinners facilitated by the popular women. Oprah made an endeavor to shield herself by saying, at whatever point I heard there was an issue, for example, an issue with the vehicles or their food, I would step in and do anything that I might to make it right. Pundits are dismayed and incensed, addressing in the event that Oprah was really ignorant about the cast battles, or then again assuming she was simply endeavoring to cut a costs and accept the entertainers would be understanding from that was one thing, trailers were something else, food was another. It's reasonable now that Oprah doesn't focus on the prosperity of her group and possibly steps in when issues emerge, and her standing is harmed. Oprah's part in the discussion around Purple has been completely analyzed, and contemplations on the media mogul are broadly shared via web-based entertainment. Somebody asserts that Oprah accepts that power and control are influencing everything in this situation. She has persistently shown her actual self. I find it odd that Oprah used to whine about exactly the same things expressed in others. She deals with everybody like junk now that she is in control. However, suppositions are regularly separated. It appears to be that whenever Oprah's theatrics becomes the overwhelming focus, everybody is prepared to fault her for her exorbitant absence of ethical quality and thought anyway. What are individuals' viewpoints on this? Is Oprah actually the most terrible bad drunk of an entertainer of variety, and with the unified voices of ice, would her